So, today, or yesterday, I signed up for DoorDash to work for DoorDash. So my thinking was that, it'd be nice to like just make some money like when I felt like it, because you don't have to work on a schedule. You just kind of decide when you're gonna work, and then you can stop whenever you want. So I thought it was a decent idea. So I signed up for it. I was willing to give it a try. I went out for almost an hour today. It was actually longer than an hour, okay? So it says, I don't know what being active means, but it says I dashed for 57 minutes. I made $10.25. And in this 57 minutes, it brought me, my last stop, it ended up bringing me 17 minutes away from my house. So on top of this 57 minutes, I had to drive 17 minutes back home, which this doesn't account for. So in total, I was out there for about an hour and 14 minutes, and I made $10.25. Now, obviously that's not a lot of money already to begin with, but it gets even worse when you consider gas, okay? So, this is how much it cost me to fill up my car. And this is not the full tank, but my tank was probably had like 1/8 of a tank left or so. So you could probably round this number up to about $50. Did they pay for the gas? No, not that I'm aware of. I would look into Grubhub or Uber Eats. I heard they pay more. Okay, I could do that. I did want to bring this up because I'm a little interested in this math here. So, if it roughly takes me about $50 to fill up a tank, right? During this hour of door dashing, I made $10.25, and I used about 1/8 of a tank of gas. So if $50 is the cost of filling up a tank, I'm pretty sure 1 divided by 8 is 12.5, but we'll do that just to confirm. Okay, so 12.5. So we multiply 50 times 0.125. So roughly, I spent about $6 in gas. Okay. So I made $4 in an hour and 14 minutes. Okay. I don't know how they get away with charging or paying people so little, but it might be because you're considered like an independent contractor or something, and you have to account for wear and tear on your car. Yep. I don't know how much that costs or like how much that adds up to, but since I don't know how to figure out that number, I'm not going to apply that for now. But yeah, there's definitely other costs for sure, and they don't pay you to drive home. So my last stop, I was 17 minutes away from my house. So if we dashed for 57 minutes, we technically were driving for an hour and 14. Do I have a degree? Yes. I have a business management degree. So I was just trying to point out this math. I mean, I was able to like, I was literally just thinking about the math while I was doing it. I was like, wow, this is absolutely horrible money. So I just literally stopped after an hour. I was like, this is an absolute waste of my time. So about an hour and 14 minutes of driving, I netted about $4. Hey, what's up, Seawin? Congrats on the run good lately. So yeah, I don't know how they get away with paying people so little, but it might be the fact that you're considered like an independent contractor. Do independent contractors comply with the minimum wage? No. So that's how they might get away with it. Because I'm pretty sure you're counted as an independent contractor. You're not an employee. I could be wrong about that. You heard DoorDash is minimum wage? Well, it's definitely not. $10 for an hour of work is definitely not minimum wage, even if you didn't count my gas. I don't want to. I don't know what minimum wage is in my area. I don't want to dox myself here. And you guys know I live in New York, but that's a big it's a big state. So I looked it up off screen, and it says minimum wage in my town or my area is $16 per hour. So even if they paid me for the gas, this is nowhere near minimum wage. No, I do not live in New York City. New York City has a lot higher of a minimum wage. Let's see, I want to say it's like 25 maybe. Wait. No, it's not that high. 2026. It's $17 an hour in New York City, minimum wage. I thought it was higher than that. But yeah, it's minimum wage depends on where you live. Yo, what's up, Scovin? You don't get tips. This included tips. Oh no, what happened? Oh, this included tips. I think they tip beforehand, I think. If I'm understanding it correctly. So, I thought it was interesting. I'm gonna make a little video about, you know, how little this company pays you to work for them. And my guess is I'm pretty sure when I was reading, like when I was setting up the account, it described me as an independent contractor. And if that's the case, they don't have to comply to minimum wage, I guess. So maybe that's how they get away with it. I guess we can look it up here. Are DoorDash drivers independent contractors? Yes. So there you go. Does New York honor the no tax on tips law? I'm pretty sure they don't. I'm pretty sure they don't. Are there any poker rooms near you? Not really. I think pretty much all of them are like over an hour drive. There might be some that I don't know about. I don't know. But, yeah. Thought it was pretty interesting. You know, I wasn't too annoyed because I was only out there driving for like an hour. But, I thought it was, you know, worth trying. Because, you know, they do have... It's a nice business model. Like, you know, if you made decent money, like, you work whenever you want. You're alone in your car, right? So that's pretty relaxing. But just this, you know, this amount of pay is just horrible. And then, from what I understand, they don't pay for my gas. I'm pretty sure they don't. So, like, where was it? Yeah. So, essentially, I spent like $6.25 in gas, roughly. So, I probably netted like $4 in a little over an hour. So, yeah. Pretty gross. Yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about there.